my brain decided to whisper the most chaotic thought imaginable. What if gravity just didn't exist? Like poof, gone. No more being gently pulled toward the earth. No more reason my pillow stays under my head instead of floating into my fan. I mean, what would even happen first? Would my banana breakfast drift into space? Would I drift into space? I should probably stop thinking about this, but of course I won't. The first thing, I think, would be total panic. Not because people are flying humans love that idea, but because they'd realize how terrible they look trying to swim through the air. All that flailing, all that spinning. It would be like watching a million confused spaghetti noodles trying to find the sauce. I imagine myself floating out of bed in slow motion, waving my arms, trying to grab my nightstand my midnight snack. But the cookie would already be in orbit. Then buildings, oh boy, skyscrapers in New York, gone. Just hundreds of floating glass boxes bumping into each other like lazy balloons. The Empire State Building slowly drifting into the Hudson River while a confused pigeon rides it like a Titanic reenactment, and me probably hanging onto a lamppost with one claw, refusing to accept that my whole neighborhood is now a very slow-motion blender. Without gravity, coffee would finally fight back. Imagine millions of coffee cups releasing their dark little clouds into the air. Brown droplets floating everywhere. Offices would turn into caffeinated aquariums. Workers trying to chase their laptops, typing mid-air memos while their bosses hover upside down yelling, "Productivity doesn't float, Greg." Meanwhile, I just open my mouth and let a gentle rain of espresso drift in. Breakfast of champions and food, oh, the chaos. Every dinner would turn into a space mission. Spaghetti, gone. Soup, everywhere. You'd have to wear a helmet just to eat cereal. Restaurants would need nets instead of tables, and instead of waiters, they'd have designated food catchers. I think about trying to grab a floating piece of lettuce with my slow reflexes, and yeah, I'd starve in less than a week. That would be hilarious, though. Dogs floating like confused balloons. Cats finally achieving their dream of reaching the top of the fridge only to keep going and end up stuck against the ceiling. Goldfish, ironically, would be fine, and me, I'd probably have a raccoon roommate by now, drifting through my window, looking for floating leftovers. We'd share a pizza slice that's slowly orbiting between us, like a tiny moon of deliciousness. Then comes transportation. Without gravity, cars are useless, airplanes are confused, trains are having existential crises. The only real winners, the people who already own helium balloons. They've been training for this moment. The city would look like a giant, slow-motion parade people holding on to whatever floats, hoping not to drift past the moon. Sports would become absolutely absurd. Basketball, the ball never comes down. Golf, congratulations. Your ball's now a satellite. I imagine Olympic sloths competing in who can grab a floating mango the fastest. Spoiler alert. Still not me. Every medal ceremony would have to be held with strings. But then I wonder, would people be happier? No gravity means no falling, no fear of heights. You could nap anywhere, just close your eyes mid-air and drift. Maybe skyscrapers wouldn't matter anymore. Maybe everyone would just float together in peaceful little clouds of conversation. I could finally nap without worrying about the floor interrupting me. It would be like living inside a dream that never touches the ground. Still, something about it feels wrong. Gravity doesn't just hold us down, it keeps us together. Without it, maybe the earth itself would fall apart, oceans would drift away, trees would float off, and we'd lose the feeling of home. Maybe that's why we need a little weight so things stay where they belong. So hugs mean something. So sleep feels safe. I sigh, realizing that maybe gravity is the quiet friend that never asks for credit, just keeps us grounded. Literally, so I pull my blanket tighter, feeling the bed pull me gently back. Maybe tonight I'll thank gravity for existing, for keeping my bananas close and my coffee in the mug, for stopping me from drifting too far into my own thoughts. Still, if I wake up tomorrow and my ceiling lamp's floating, I'm calling NASA, or maybe I'll just enjoy the ride.